Hey, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. You guys know me as the most viewed and subscribed to disability attorney in America. Now, I'm here on my epic music journey and having a battle to the death, if you will, of the Tweed, specifically the Tweed Champs. As you guys know, once per year, I buy myself one really nice audio gift, and that gift for this year, 2024, was the amazing Fender Champ amp.
The mystique and the history of the 59 Champ. That's the type of amp that was used by Clapton on the Layla recordings, and lots of other folks have used it in the studio. They're not terribly affordable to most of us. So what we've built here at ValveTrain is our Model 205. Like every ValveTrain, I couldn't leave it alone with a single knob with an on-off switch, so we put separate on-off switch, volume knob, and a tone control that we borrowed from the Tweed Princeton. The cabinet is slightly larger for a little better bass response, but all in all, this amp is designed to be a modern day equivalent of the 59. So, without anything else to say about it, other than just listen.
Woo! I am getting hot because we have some sexy tube amps, and you know, those tubes, they like to heat up because they have to create the harmonics that give everybody the jingles. So, here's the deal. We are with talent, not just regular talent, actual playing real musicians here today. He's going to be showing us on a Telecaster all the little details, all the things on a 1959 Champ as we compare it to the ValveTrain 205. Here we go. Let's get going on this individual. Walk me through it, good sir.
How you doing? My name is Bill. I'm playing a Mexican Tele. I'm going to pretty much leave it wide open. Might back the tone off once in a while, but basically keep it pretty simple.
That's amazing. So here's the deal. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the volume up and go even a little bit louder so that you can start to feel just from the amp what it's like to get the slap and tickle. And as a result of that, I'm really excited about it. You should feel something on the inside of your soul. If you don't, it might mean you need to work on that. So let's get right to it, good sir. Where are we going with the volume now?
Good question, as I'm not familiar with this amp, your amp. Let's put it up to maybe 9 or so. See what we get.
Okay, so that was a tantalizing experience. Astronomical is a word too small for it. Now, we are going to go full blown. This thing all the way up. We are going to make the windows wiggle. We're going to make the doors shake. The door knobs are going to become electric. As with that said, here we go. That is spicy. That is like, wow. If somebody famous were here beyond the normal, the billionaire famous, I would be into that sound. All right, now with that said, we're gonna actually put a, what kind of pedals do we have? What kind of pedals do we have over here?
Oh, the Electro Harmonics extortion pedal.
Now keep in mind, if you have a please shield, this is the point at which you want to place it directly in front of your face, breathe into it, draw hard on it, and feel good about yourself, because this right here is going to feel like a slight melting of your eyelashes. So if you do have fake eyelashes, or you're an individual that likes to really dress up your face for any reason at all, rockers included, this is where you might have some meltage. Let's get to it. Here we go.
This is without the pedal.
Okay.
Go ahead.
that was a lot. We got to check the recording real quick and even make sure that we didn't go over the gain. That's where it goes from yellow into red into darkness. So let's check it out real quick, and then we'll get right back to you. Here we go. Okay guys, so now we're going to be switching to the other amplifier. This is a modern amplifier, so if it sounds better, there might be some of that, because keep in mind, it's modern electronics, modern tubes. The thing hasn't been sitting in a closet for the past, I'm not good at math, 1959 to the current date, you figure it out. Now let's get right to this real quick. This is the 205 ValveTrain. I want to get some quick additional details on it. What is this amp? And I get it that, this is kind of like your small Tweed amp, but what makes this amp so incredibly special?
Basically, it's the ValveTrain adaptations that we've put in it. We've increased the capability of the power supply, gives a little bit of extra bass, a slightly larger cabinet, the voicing of the amp, the polyethylene capacitors that we use. It's a whole combination of things that go into this amp to make it what it is, which is basically the revered 57 to 59 champ on steroids.
Perfect. So this thing should be similar, but awesome. So let's get right into this real quick. We have the talent here. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of settings you're on right now?
I'm going to use the front pickup on this thing and tone control all the way up. And this is a pretty clean setting, so
Down about 2.
it's on about 2, so it's down there.
Because one of the things I noticed right up front was that there was hardly any buzzing. So I know mine, the 59, has a ton of buzzy, which we'll have to take out and post and stuff like that. But this, why does this amp not have buzzing going on?
Grounding was designed properly in it. That's all. That's the easiest thing I can say. My mentor, the late Dennis Kager from New Jersey, kept preaching to me for a better part of 30 years, grounding is king. So I guess he taught me.
Very good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're now going to turn it up a little bit. What do you guys think we should shoot for next for volume?
Oh, let's go to about 4.5 and open the tone up to about 8.
Perfect. Okay, good sir. Let's get some awesome tunes. Okay, so we're gonna have to take that take again, because when I recorded it, I got some fat sausage. I'm talking like what happened. Check out those puppies. I mean, that is a juicy, I don't know, if Burger King made a hot dog, that's what would happen. So we're gonna go ahead and record that again real quick. I've got the gain set a little bit better at this point. Let's try it again. Good sir, go ahead. With that said, definitely a lot more volume, a lot more bass, a lot more thump. We're going to go ahead and now switch it and get it up even louder. I'm going to go ahead and pull the gain way back down. Good sir, what do you think for the next one?
Wide open.
Okay, so we're going wide open, so Country Road, here we go. That was amazing. I had to adjust the gain there real quick because it was so saucy and so full that it actually makes the room vibrate. So if you guys feel like you had any gel in your hair and it slightly came down your ear, it's part of the process. So let me can we do that again though real quick?
Yeah.
Before we go to pedal, because that was just my quickness with the gain is sloppy because yada yada. So here we go.
It's the loudest 5 watts I've ever heard.
that's a juicy, if it had thick legs, it would have thick hips, let me tell you. So now we're going to switch over to, we're going to actually put some gain on it. We are going to crunch it. So if you've ever eaten a crunch bar, it's like chocolate. This is what we're going to do to it. We're taking a crunch bar and slapping it on the front end, and we're giving that boost, that telly from Mexico, a beautiful ride to fly across the ocean and boost itself and have a good time in Europe. Now, this pedal, the HX distortion, it should be able to give us that nice, crispy, cranky, waking up in bed and just going for it. So remember, rock tone, which one would you choose to record in a session? High-end studio, big stuff. Here we go. That's got a lot of, I mean, it's like if you took a donkey and slapped it on the butt and then had to ride it. So that's impressive. I was blown away. All right, so here's the deal. I want to get the thoughts, because I don't have a dictionary, I don't have a thesaurus or adjectives in my brain as to how I would describe these amps, because I don't come from that world. I'm going to talk to the pros about how they would describe the amps. Let's start with the talent first. Good sir.
Straight up as a guitar player, I would say this is always something that you want to have. I mean, it's a collector's item. And it's a great tone, but when it comes down to like working night after night, the 205 eats its lunch, I think. I mean, it just has a better gain structure, it's got more tone, and this thing on 6 is like that on 1. For a 5-watt amp, I don't know how you get that much power out of that thing, it's ridiculous. But, not to knock this guy, because how do you knock this? This is like, a pinnacle. But the 205 really kicks ass.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking I'm pretty proud of it, because the idea was to give players that would like to have a 59 or a 57 champ an affordable alternative. I think what we've done is we've been able to capture the fundamental sounds of the 57 to 59 champ, and we've gone well beyond it by increasing the overall headroom of the amp, the ability to push the preamp structure into more overload, and then the simple fact that it does take pedals fairly well for a Tweed amp, which they're not known to do. I'd once again say just try it and play it. I think you'll like it. This guitar amp has more giggles and snuggles. It allows you to change the tone. It allows you to go ahead and just have that different sound multiplied throughout its harmonic, I'm going to make up a word, snuggleness. And it's just incredible because it makes the whole room feel like the amp is just trying to crawl on top of you while you're sleeping and give you a hug. So let's play with the tone real quick. Good sir, can you give me some good stuff? First thing we're going to do is plug it into the low gain input, which gives us additional headroom in the amp. We're going to set the volume to 4, and we'll start with the tone all the way up on 10, and we'll work it backwards.
Okay, so just as a quick heads up, we used an SM57 classic microphone from Shure. We plugged it into the magical stand that they pre-make for it with the Royer 121. We had the Bronner VMA here, which is the super expensive, amazing German microphone, but the kicker, the bottom line is that for some reason it was working and then not working, then working and then not working. So I might have to send it back to Germany, but the bottom line is this. That tone definitely did a lot of changes, a lot of sweeps, stuff like that. Now, I want to get, if you guys could, some cool outro music that we could use, that people can dance to in their chair while they're hanging out, having fun, drinking lemonade. So, is there a cool thing that we could get out of that amp to go ahead and have as outro music? What do you think?
Sure, I don't know what it would be, but
Play something.
okay.